Hey, howdy, hi, folks, and welcome to In-Game Chat, R-CADE Glasgow's interview show. I'm Sam, and I am joined by LuchaFreddie, who's mid-munch.
Sorry, I'm professional.
This is the most chaotic start because if you haven't already seen it, I've done a full hour-long interview with LuchaFreddie over on the All Angles Wrestling YouTube channel, which is all about his wrestling exploits. But this is going to be about the world that we first met him in here at R-CADE Glasgow, the world of Twitch streaming.
Yeah, where we play games and stuff.
I've got mine here. Matching.
Yeah.
Mine's
matchy.
I know, right?
Oh, it's a wired one. Very good.
Well,
or are you
yeah,
just charging?
No, I'm just not smart enough to work out Bluetooth on a PC.
See, yeah, same. I guarantee it will just go wrong. So I'm like, just USB it in, no messing.
So for those who do not know, Freddie is a member of these Great Britain.
Hi, I'm LuchaFreddie, pro wrestler, luchador, actor, stuntman, greeter, voiceover artist, gamer, nerdy geek, and not your host today.
Oh, there we go. See, I get the end part of that. This is a good sign for me. And I will get into all the many things you've mentioned there because it's not just the Twitch streaming. It's just that is where we've met you from. So I might as well start with that. Why did you choose to start streaming on Twitch?
Well, I'd been a member of Twitch since I want to say 20. Oh God. It was pre-COVID, way before COVID. Like before I left to live in Canada, I'd been mates with this guy through wrestling who happened to be on Twitch, and he was streaming from his Xbox.
Right.
And he used to put on these silly shows, and he invited me over, and we did a couple of very odd streams where we were playing like WWE, whatever it was at the time.
Right.
Because how many iterations are they on? Yeah, that's another one. And that got me involved in that. I sort of dipped my toe, saw the chat, and like got involved myself via my phone most of the time. And then it just sort of faded away for a little bit, as it does. And obviously COVID-y things happened and we all needed things. And I was like, I've still got a login. Let's check it out. And I started browsing things, and I found all the different communities through random searches. I think it was Robotron that I sort of like found on here, and that started getting me around all the places.
You met loads of people because you find one person and you meet their group of people that they will raid into, etc.
Yeah, through the raids and through all the people chatting and stuff like that. Because I knew of Robotron from, what was the video game show he was part of on Challenge?
Oh, I don't know off the top of my head. I mostly have known him recently as the King of the Dark Room.
Yeah, but he did a show which was like a video game show on Challenge, chatting about stuff, and he did a wrestling related one, and that got me into him and just sort of like deep diving a bit, and then so on and so on. You find everywhere, and then I just go, should we give it a go? I've got a laptop. Let's try it. So I did, and it was very weird doing that. And I did it off Wi-Fi. This is how clueless I was. I streamed off a laptop, Wi-Fi, in corner, no lights, terrible camera. And I just kept doing little bits. And compared to some of the other streamers, my first streams were so bad. Like,
first streams usually are. I don't know, you're seeing people who have done it for a little bit who are probably thinking that their stuff is rubbish anyway.
But yeah, I did that, and I obviously evolved elements. I got my first PC properly, and My God, what a terrible PC I bought.
You don't know what you're doing when you're starting it.
I didn't have a clue. I got a PC that didn't even have a graphics card. Right. And I'm still streaming off this. Off this PC, I was streaming PUBG, and like, so I'm playing PUBG and streaming it with no actual graphics card. I'm doing it off the what's the dedicated, like,
RAM. No, not even.
like,
See, this is the tech. People will know Sam's not the tech genius.
yeah. So somebody say it in the comments.
Retroactively, we'll add it in.
Yeah. So somebody can I have a caption right here saying what it was? But yeah, I did that, and then eventually I've gotten better. I've gotten a proper little PC, and I've still never built one.
Right.
I'm not one of those, oh yeah, I know all the specs and stuff. I'll sum it up. Hang on.
We just
Don't plug them. Don't plug them. This is RAM sticks, right?
Right.
Right. So I now have a 16 gig thing, right? Originally I had a 12 gig setup.
Right.
But I didn't, because the RAM sticks inside were an 8 and a 4, which, unmatching RAM sticks, is not a good thing. Apparently, that became a thing for me and made my PC wank, but I didn't know.
Ah.
So now just a simple thing like that. Oh God, PC shit.
I mean, we don't need to talk about the PC stuff. We can talk about what you do on Twitch itself. So from what I've seen, it's been a lot of first-person shooters. What's got you into that world of no, every single clip is PUBG and is Fortnite.
Is third person.
Who let me have a show?
No, I don't. Because I don't like the FPS as much.
Why is that? Is that too movement heavy?
It just doesn't resonate with me in the same way.
Right.
I don't know what it is. Like, some of them, like, I can do some of them.
Yeah.
Like, I'll play a bit of Halo now and again. Splitgate was good fun, but it doesn't connect with me in the same way.
Right. So why third person?
See a person. I want to see a person there. I don't want to do this. Oh, I am in the game. I'm fully there. It's me. It's not. It's a game.
So what drew you to playing these particular games on stream? Did you already play third person shooters in your spare time, or is this something that you were drawn into when you started streaming?
No, didn't play. Fortnite. I am literally 1 year into playing it.
Mm-hmm.
I'd never properly played it, and like, I think I'd been around somebody's house, and actually I played it for somebody's YouTube channel.
Oh,
but like, literally sat there that day, just give it a go. Was terrible. But like, I don't know. Sometimes if they're weird and wacky, I just get into them. Mikey Whipwreck is to blame for Fortnite.
really?
If you want somebody that's into Fortnite, you check out Mikey Whipwreck. He and his son play it tons,
Right.
and
Okay.
he just hassled me into playing that after we'd played PUBG tons.
Right. Okay.
And yeah, like, that's why do I have all these weird people that get me into these things?
Because our friends are all terrible influences. That's where these things come from. So are you now more Fortnite rather than PUBG?
Yes, I am much more Fortnite based, but I am switching up my content a lot more now. So I am easing Fortnite down.
Right.
So I'm now doing my show fortnightly,
Which I like a lot.
It is myself and my buddy, it's Kristen A, and we simply play Fortnite.
Fortnightly.
Chat shit.
So why the decision to roll that back slightly? Is it because you're getting burnt out of the game, or you just feel like there's
I
no
love
point
it.
in doing it a lot?
I love it. I still love it. And um, for me, I want to change up my content and push things. Try like I don't want to get complacent, and I was starting to get into that rut of
Right.
just right. We just Fortnite, and I caught myself and just went, need to change this.
Right.
So now I'm playing all sorts of things. Recently, we streamed Only Cans Thirst Date. Are you aware of this game?
I'm aware of the song that's on TikTok surrounding it, but I'm not aware of the game itself.
It's a sexy rhythm game.
Ooh. All rhythm
Yes.
games are sexy if you play them right.
No, this one's very sexy. When you make a can of pop orgasm, that's a sexy rhythm game. Free on Steam. Go check it.
You can't even say ad because it's free. So what would you get out of it? So what as a streamer, what are the things you have to notice to realize that you're maybe too reliant on one particular game? What was the wake up call for you that made you go, I need to start doing something other than Fortnite?
I think lack of growth.
Right.
Like for me, my growth was getting quite, and it was starting to dip down.
Right.
And I like the trigger thing for me was, oh, I'm very close to 900 followers. Great, let's go. Um, why are we not there?
Right.
We've not made it there. Why are we still not there? Why are we not there?
Right.
We're still not there. We're not there. Why are we not there? And it just kept going. And I'm now at the point where I'm like, okay, time to adjust this, reset, and change a few things. I've adjusted new scenes. I'm testing new things out. I don't know if you've seen any of the Fortnightly stuff. Have you seen that it's no cam stream?
No, I hadn't seen that yet.
So Fortnightly is a no cam stream with cartoon versions of myself and Kristen, and it's using a audio plugin which pulses the cartoon of our faces to my mic
Oh.
sound and to my Discord sound, which is where Kristen's sound is coming from.
So is that another way of just changing things up and making you have to keep thinking, trying to find
Yeah.
ways to make it more creative and different?
Yeah. So essentially we're doing a show in an audio visual way that's very different to the norm. It's not your standard VTuber thing
Right.
where they animate the voice. Because it's doing the pulse, it becomes very, you have to listen.
Right.
So it's ideal almost for that lurker type viewer,
Okay.
because you get a lot of the audio lurkers who are just like, oh, Fortnite, what's the key here? But by doing it very talky and doing it in that way, that's where I'm going with
I
it.
see.
And that's changing it up.
Part of what you're doing is with Fortnightly is that it's not solely focused on the game. You're having a chat and you're talking about other things while the game's going on. Just
Yeah.
content I personally really enjoy. Is that sort of thing? Do you make content that you would watch, or do you make content that you think you are good at? Or do you not think of it that heavily? It's just I make content.
I've overthought it in the past,
Right.
and now I'm like, and I've gotten annoyed with myself with doing certain things, and now I'm just like, if I'm not having fun, I don't care.
Mm.
It's not interesting to me. Like, I was doing a stream the other day and I felt tired, right? So I ended my stream and went to bed. Like,
It's not the be all and end all.
yeah, I think too many people force themselves to keep going and do things that are horrible, that disagree with them. are not fun. Like, I've ended streams because I played a game and it didn't agree with my morals.
Right.
Like, there was I had a very emotional moment with a game I played once on stream, and I literally had to end the stream, kill it. Like, I feel more streamers should consider doing that sometimes.
Right. Instead of pushing through.
Yeah, it's very good to go, oh, I'm just going to soldier on a bit, like 5 more energy drinks. Like, push it away.
This is
See
why I
you
put it in a
shaking.
glass, because then people don't judge me.
Judge. Judgments in chat, please. Oh, there's no chat.
Gee, I've taken away your superpower. It's just me you're talking to.
How dare you?
So you've got a concern for your mental health in that aspect that you think maybe streamers don't think about enough.
No, yeah.
I knew what you meant.
Like, people do need to, like, chill out and just relax. There's enough stressful going on. You know, let's not have it here. Let's have some fun.
You mentioned the chat there. Do you find speaking to the people that come to you in chat therapeutic, or is it something you've got to keep an eye on, or how do you feel about that interaction?
I use the tag chatty. I like to have a bit of banter, a bit of nonsense. At the same time, I do like set boundaries pretty quickly.
Right.
Like, I've had to say to people, that's cool and all, I don't want that in the chat.
Right.
Like, I'm fairly easygoing, and like, you can swear, but as soon as you're saying something that makes me go, ooh, yeah,
that's it. That's it. So setting boundaries is an important element as well, not just for your own benefit, but for the benefit of the community that you're fostering.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And I also like to troll them back within the boundaries and stuff. So, for example, the blue tag on my headphones, I keep it there to drive people crazy. Like, somebody said, what's it going to take to get that blue tag off there? And I said 50 million gift subs. Like,
just little things to wind them up.
Yeah, why not? Like, spam in the chat. That's
Speaking of gifting subs, I was looking at some of your favorite clips. You have a selection on your Twitch of favorite clips, and one of them was the first hype train you ever got, which is largely induced by Queen of the Ring, which was lovely to see.
That was so good.
Yeah, as your first one getting to level 5 as well. And the emotion that you put across there was very genuine, pure. And the note I put down was flummoxed, which I don't think I've ever had to write ever. But
mate, I was proper flummoxed. You're not wrong with that one.
How does support from strangers on the internet? I don't know if you've met Queen of the Ring, but generally speaking, when hype trains and things happen, it's due to a variety of people, and some of them you will have never even interacted with before. So how does support from strangers on the internet make you feel?
It can make you feel all sorts of emotions. I've had a hype train started when I wasn't even live. I was you must know Walking. Like, I'm Walking here.
Christopher Walken?
No, there's another streamer called I'm Walking here,
right?
Who he does an interview thing called I'm Talking here,
right? Okay.
And I was being interviewed on there, and one of the members of chat like was being quite generous in his chat, and at the same time was quite generous in my chat,
despite you
started
not
a
being
hype
live.
train. And I'm not even live. I'm being interviewed in another channel. So like, that kind of blew me away. And I've had moments like that happen, which caught me off guard. Like, the generosity sometimes can really catch you off guard. Somebody from my past actually came in and one day just gifted like 30 something subs. And I was just like, who are you? Like this person. And it turned out to be somebody who in the past I'd met on like a holiday type thing.
Right.
And at some stage I'd sent them a like little keepsake luchador type thing to remind them of this awesome time we all had in Mexico.
Right.
And it just reached them at the perfect time when they were going through something.
Oh.
And I didn't have to send that thing, and I did, and they remembered that, and that was their reciprocating that moment.
Right.
And like, it's just mind-blowing sometimes how many random encounters you have from your past that come through, how many strangers you'll meet who just introduce you to the best people, like the best people are on there.
Do you find that you've built really important relationships through Twitch?
I think so, yeah. I think I'm really going to find out when I come back in November, because I'm looking forward to trying to meet up with some of the various communities, because like all these British streamers and stuff, I have not met any of them.
No.
Like, not met any of them. And to me, that's insane how I like chat with them and how casual things are. And that's what's really cool about like streaming and just all of this.
Getting to know people without, I think that's a thing that people always talk about with the internet, is making friends online in a way that you're just finding people you relate to without it being a forced thing by convenience of location.
It's like work friends. Work friends. Oh.
Hey, I like all my work friends.
Apart from
there's not that many of us. There's not that many of us.
No, but like in like the standard 9-to-5 style job lives that a lot of us encounter, we will have work friends.
Yeah. And this isn't the same. This is people that you've chosen to be friends with.
Yeah, you can chat with whoever you like in the chat. You can play to somebody. You can just say hey, and yeah, like you'll just be able to just interact with literally anyone that you see in there. Like, even sometimes it's as simple as an emote, like a BTTV emote at the right time can just have somebody in stitches. You like getting such a simple reaction from like such a nothing thing.
Yeah,
is crazy.
It's wonderful.
It's crazy.
So you mentioned off the top, I mentioned that you can find a full interview talking to Freddie about his wrestling exploits over on All Angles Wrestling's YouTube. And we mentioned that your first ever hype train was largely coordinated by Queen of the Ring. What's your relationship like with the wrestling side of Twitch? Because you've obviously got all these friends over in the UK who are Twitch streamers, but they're not necessarily all tied to that same world. But at the same time, like any industry, there's a lot of people from the world of wrestling that are starting to get on Twitch. What's your relationship with that side of things? So.
Yeah, there's I don't know. I don't do a lot of wrestling content. Like, I feel like this is what pretty much every wrestler did for the pandemic. They got on Twitch. Oh yeah, we're gonna watch some matches and chat. Fuck me, that's boring.
You do it for I watch the clips. I know that you'll pull up death matches and watch them and give some sultry commentary.
Yeah, but like that stuff's fun and nonsensical. And like I love all that. And I like just putting a spin on stuff.
Right.
like where I can. And like I'm planning on doing, I will be doing a wrestling show, weirdly, where I'm getting non-wrestling fans to watch wrestling.
Right.
And I want to
Tried,
hear,
true, and tested formula always ends well.
yeah, well, that's the thing. I'm getting particularly fun, wacky, odd people, and I want to hear their questions, their
Right.
thoughts and stuff. So if you're one of those people, let me know.
If you're particularly fun, wacky, and weird and want to watch some wrestling with LuchaFreddie,
Even if you
know.
don't want to watch wrestling,
If you just want to be forced to do something against your will for an hour or two,
yes, I will tie you down.
I would
No
recommend
kink shame.
I would recommend going out onto the street and doing this. This is a good suggestion. There's a podcast I always shell for called Podcast But Outside, which is two guys who just set up a table on the sidewalk and just interview whoever walks past. And I think if you set up a TV and we're just like, I want you to watch this with me, people will be like, okay. And
then they'd mug me and take my TV.
maybe the TV is a bad idea. I mean, I don't know if how regular muggings are in Toronto, Ontario, Canada.
Oh, people get murdered here.
Well, I mean, people get murdered everywhere. What I wanted to ask was why
more
the decision
guns here. There's more guns and gangs.
I don't know if more gangs. I don't know. Maybe
There's a lot
thing.
of gangs. It's
Maybe
pretty
it's
sketchy.
Thing. So what you're telling me is that my trip there in October is a bad idea, is what I'm hearing.
It's bad in the best way possible.
Okay.
Just don't go to the awful areas.
Okay. I'll get
the awful areas, all of them.
Oh. So if it's so bad, why the decision to move there? 6 years ago?
I'm a fucking idiot. But I mean, that's my lifestyle.
Right.
I just go to stupid places, and like I don't know why. I just thrive on getting myself into situations and just keeping chill and just going through.
Right. But what was the original impetus? Why did you move it in the first place? Is it something you would talk about, or?
I don't really. We just moved on.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine. So going back
actually,
to
no, we will go. Brexit.
Ah, right, okay. And that was enough for you to just be like, I don't want to be in this country. I want to go to.
It's like, yay, we can be casually racist everywhere.
So you moved to Toronto, which is famously.
It's very, very like okay with everything.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
Good to hear. See, I'm hearing positives and negatives from my trip. I'm excited about it.
You will get murdered.
Fine. Someone else gets this show. I want to ask about some of you talked about the quirkiness of the content that you want to make, and there was a lot of quirks to your streams that I wanted to ask about. Why the love for brown sauce?
Because it's a wholesome, awesome thing from my youth.
It's something that reminds you of when you were younger.
It reminds me of home, and we'd have a nice cottage pie or nice shepherd's pie, and it would be
doused.
Do you want a cheeky dollop? You want a cheeky dollop? Yeah, we'll get a cheeky dollop on there. And literally it'd be passed to me, bang, dollop on there. And yes, I do have a bottle of brown sauce by my computer.
Is brown sauce a thing in Canada? Is it readily available? No, so you have to find it.
This was brought to me by a friend who happened to be visiting, and she brought me 3 bottles of Daddy's. It has to be a particular brown sauce,
specifically
Daddy's favorite brown sauce,
the best kind. There's a thumbs up on the bottle, which is a good sign.
So thumbs up says full of flavor, because it is full of flavor. It's fucking tasty.
So that's why the love for brown sauce. It's like a nostalgia thing.
It just reminds me of home, dad cooking.
Yeah. So that's like a good, and you want that positive energy to translate into the streams, I guess.
Yeah, I think so. And like, there's other things like recently we've brought in Chuck Norris.
Right.
There's two Chuck Norris emotes that were brought in, and the link is. Are you aware of how old Chuck Norris is?
Um, 70. Is he 70?
Are you aware of how old I am?
Yes.
Okay, let's go on with my age first.
Right. 40-ish.
Correct, right? Chuck Norris was born in 1940.
Oh, sorry. Yes. He's, 80 something years old.
82.
I was
He's
thinking.
82, right? I was born in 1982. So that's my Chuck Norris link that seemed to just come about this year. And that and Chuck Norris action genes and the Delta Force are just ridiculously awesome.
So it's filling the stream with things that you have a positive connection with to continue
Yeah.
the energy that you've got for it.
Yeah.
And just silly stuff.
Silly stuff, stupidity, and just things that make you go, that's good.
Right.
Like there's the going back to fortnightly, we created a simple emote for followers to use,
Right.
which is because it's Freddie and Kristen, it's FK.
Right.
So we can say who gives an FK. Let me know in chat if you give an FK. Do you give an FK, Kristen?
And you've
You
got
don't.
the
You
there you go.
FKs in chat, and it's simple things like that. Like, I mean, so far nobody's reported it, but I will just say, "Oh, I'm sorry, we were doing something wholesome here. It's Freddie and Kristen. What's
You've
the
got
problem?
defense for everything.
We'll change it to KFs if you prefer."
I'm not sure
And
what
then
the
we'll check
issue would
that
be.
if that's a bad acronym or not.
Yeah. I want to ask about the office setup that you sometimes go to on stream. I don't know if that's still a recurring thing. Again, I'm checking through
It's an
some.
older one. Yeah, I've
Yeah,
not had it for a little while, but yeah, I've still got all the
assets
sources,
for
and
that.
yeah, nothing gets deleted.
No, no, of course not. I want to ask about some of the things that are on that background because
Mm.
what people choose for their Twitch backgrounds as you start to get more advanced with this stuff is interesting and sometimes telling. So we've got the brown sauce that was there. We've talked about all the wrestling stuff in that other interview. There's a trophy on the shelf in that office. What was the trophy for?
I believe that was a Numpty Award
And you won that because
for being an utter pillock
okay,
in streaming.
not related to anything specifically, just generally.
Just generally, I put it there. But there was another version of that, which was no, that's a certificate. There's also a framed certificate there for the first hype train, where I
Okay,
did the date and just did a first hype train and just put it there just as a little thing. It's like if you weren't in the stream at the time, you won't know it's there.
right.
But I know
Oh,
it's there, and that's sometimes worth it, that sort of thing.
that connection. There's also a lot of X-Men posters. Are you a X-Men fan, or was that just a cool issue?
There was a Wolverine issue.
Yeah,
There was a Cable issue. There was a Punisher
yeah.
issue.
I
I
was
am
going
a
to ask that next.
massive 90s Marvel fan.
Yeah, it's the best era.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Are you glad that they're reviving the '90s X-Men cartoon?
We'll see.
We'll see. I've not checked in on it. Is it?
All I say is watch it back sometime. It's like it's not all about the intro.
No,
Like,
no.
so many people just go, oh yeah, and just watch a couple of key episodes. Watch the whole thing sometime.
They do a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot of good and there's a lot of bad in that show.
Gambit's accent's amazing. Rogue's accent's
Particularly
amazing.
towards the end. Oh, and Gambit and Rogue are in Fortnite.
Yeah, well, I was talking about that earlier with someone that there's just like an insane number of we were talking dream fight sequences, and I was talking about how there's just an insane number of characters in Fortnite that can. Because I saw a clip of Chun-Li killing Goku, and it's like, well, And you can also add in Gambit and Rogue and members of the Minnesota Vikings football team and whatever, you know.
It is the ultimate crossover game, and lots of people don't realize it's multiverse. It's nothing. Like literally, you can take every single pop culture thing and cross it over in a way that is not even done in comics, in films, in TV, in radio, and it's all there, and it's in every single match you play.
Is that part of the appeal for you? Is the pop culture references and getting to say things like, "Oh, Goku got me."
My favorite phrase is telling Tobey Maguire no, not Tobey Maguire.
Tom Holland.
Tom Holland. Yeah, literally whenever I get shot by somebody in that Tom Holland skin, and he has two skins, Tom Holland, how dare he? One for Uncharted, one for Spider-Man. And I anytime I get eliminated, it's like, F you, Tom Holland.
Unrelated to if he's the one that gets you, just generally.
Yeah, like I'll tweet it out to him sometime.
I'll tweet it as part of the clips from this. I want to end as we began with your list of different credentials. So, as you give as part of your intro, you're an actor, stuntman, greeter, and voiceover artist are all things that are part of your Twitch bio. So I just want to go through them one by one, and you can talk to me about in what manner you are these things. So you list yourself as an actor. What are some of your credits? Why do you list yourself as an actor?
Because I trained in theatre for many years. I've tread the boards many times. I also have done some background work. I was in a reconstruction for Crime Watch.
Oh.
And me, that was that a long shoot.
I used to love the Cold Case Files, which you can still watch on Netflix, because some of the things that they have to recreate, I love imagining like production assistant being told, all right, Jennifer, today we need you to go and fill a sack with some stuff and throw it in the river and film it from 8 different angles. You're like, okay.
Done.
And explaining that to someone in your life, why that was your job for the day.
Did you ever watch 999 with Michael Burke?
Possibly, but don't know off the top of my head.
I mean, look it up sometime. Search 999 Michael Burke, and particularly try and find the episode where the kid got a javelin through his neck. And this was broadcast on like BBC National Telly and like a primetime spot, and they had all these crazy episodes along those lines where they do a reconstruction of these things. And it was just like, this is such a weird show. But yeah, I love those sorts of weird shows.
And love being in them as well, apparently. You list yourself as a stuntman. In terms of stuntman work, is this as simple as we were talking about professional wrestling earlier? Is that, or have you done additional stuntman things?
I have done a couple of little things here and there. Nothing drastic, but it still happened. It's been done. I was part of a indie zombie film that I don't know if it's ever seen the light of day.
Right.
But I literally was done up as a zombie, and I was throwing myself down a hill. Just because, why not?
Is stunt work something you'd like to do more of?
I'd like to do more of it, but like, I don't know. It's very credential, and if it's very what's the word? Who you know, and
right,
all that nonsense.
We were talking in the wrestling interview earlier about the different gossipy groups of people. Are stuntmen particularly gossipy?
I couldn't say for certain.
You're not in enough yet.
I'm not in enough, to be honest.
Okay,
nice. Hire me, people. I can throw myself very well off stuff.
Yeah, there's lots of evidence for that. The opposite end of things, being a voiceover artist. What's your experiences with that?
I do. I've done a lot of alerts and practice things along
Right.
those lines for people, and I did a couple of intros for some wrestling um, shows
Okay.
where like you just need a little voice thing. And recently, I say recently, I did a disclaimer sort of piece for someone that was using it for their social media,
Okay.
and that was quite a fun, weird one just to go disclaimer, just sort of say gently these sorts of things. I've also been like testing myself a lot more and doing random quotes like from just books I'll have lying about here and there.
As part of live streams or just when you're
Yeah,
sitting
I've
alone?
chucked it into live streams. I even read what was it for one stream, the Aliens Technical Manual. So literally, Aliens Colonial Marines
Yeah.
Technical Manual is a wonderful book if you're a massive nerd, which I
Massive
am.
80s sci-fi nerd.
Dude, like it's so good. And I just would gently read through that.
Have you seen Prey?
No,
No.
it's like it's so close to being watched yet.
It's on the list.
You know how the list gets.
Yeah. There's too much. There's too many things. There's too
So
much to see.
how dare you spoil me with goodness?
And to end both this me just listing the things you've done, and I think also to end our interview, we end with a greeting. You've listed yourself as a greeter in a
Yes,
professional capacity.
I did actually work as a greeter
Oh,
for a drag convention in London a few years ago, and it was basically myself, Cassius, who
yeah,
you mentioned in our wrestling interview, a Norse fire wrestler type
right.
dude who's quite small and skinny and stacked, and is incidentally a stuntman himself,
Mm,
to the point where he turned up at this show wearing his own crash mat backpack.
sounds about right.
Yes, that's a thing. You can get a crash mat backpack.
Is that like it expands out to be a crash mat?
Yeah,
Okay, that seems
it was
handy.
yeah, and he just happened to have it. But yeah, we were greeting along with a giant group of sparkly unicorns.
Oh, that's very in your wheelhouse.
Yeah, so that was a good time.
Oh, cool. Is greeting something you'd like to do more of? Which in Scotland has different connotations, but not bad. If someone's greeting's just crying. If you're greeting, you're crying,
Oh
basically.
no, that's horrible.
Yes. So, in the positive way, is greeting something you'd like to do more of?
I would greet. Oh no, why has
Oh,
it
I've
taken
ruined it with
such a
information.
turn? Oh,
Combs the mustache in
there we
sadness.
go. And then we're back. We're back. We're good. We're good.
Well, just as you get back, we have to say goodbye. So thank you very much for joining me, LuchaFreddie. Thank you for talking to me about your streaming exploits and about Fortnitely and how you got into this world. Obviously, you've already done this with me because we've recorded a separate interview that's come out days before. But let the people of this channel, of the R-CADE Glasgow YouTube channel, let the people know where they can find you.
You can find me at the road just over there. Just walk past the burger place, and then I'm no. So you can find me at LuchaFreddie on just about everywhere on social media. You can also find me if you want to support and buy merch via the link tree within any of my social media, or you can search Fourth Wall LuchaFreddie to find it. If you buy from that store, you get a video greeting. Yeah, it's cameo and merch at the same time.
Awesome. And if you're just checking this interview out now, I say we've got an hour-long one where we talk about Freddie's wrestling career over on the All Angles Wrestling YouTube channel. Since we're talking about addresses, you can find R-CADE Glasgow at 121 Saltmarket in Glasgow. So if you're wanting to go and play lots of retro video games and enjoy yourself this weekend, you know the place to go. Thank you, Freddie, for joining me. Hopefully you enjoy your snack. I have taken up some of your evening, but I think it's been worth it.
It was. And we're now sponsored by Chips Ahoy.
Oh, something else I've got to get when I go to Canada. Thank you for
everything.
joining us, and thank you for watching, everyone. Have a great day.